Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am letting my Instagram followers control how I bake a cake. I saw this concept while I was scrolling through reels the other day, and I thought it was outrageous enough to work, and I was really very intrigued with the idea. I unfortunately didn't save the reel or forward it to anyone, so I don't remember the username of the person. But if I find it anyhow, I will obviously give them credits in the description box below. So how this will be working is I am going to give certain options using the Instagram poll of yes and no on my Instagram stories, and then my Instagram followers will choose what they like more, and whatever they choose is what I'm going to be doing. This is, I think, pretty self-explanatory, but I explained it. And before we get into the video, please if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Like this video, share it with your friends and family. Also follow me on my Instagram. This is my Instagram handle. And now let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, I have my first options right here. I am going to give them choices between two of these cake tins. One is this 6-inch round cake tin, aluminium tin, and then one is this muffin pan with, of course, some cupcake liners. So I'm going to click a photo right now and put the poll. So my story is up. We will wait for like 15-20 minutes and then we will check. I'm also going to put a poll for the flavor, keeping them basic, vanilla or chocolate, so that once our tin is decided, we can straight away get on to making the batter. So we have two stories posted, one which is the tin and second is the flavors. We're gonna wait and then get on to making our cake.
15 minutes later.
It's been correct 15 minutes and now let's check the results. So okay, it's 75%. If you can see, you cannot see. 75% for muffin tray, so yay. And then we have chocolate or vanilla flavor, for which it is 100% chocolate, like literally 100% chocolate. So I am happy right now, and let's go baking. So to start, add in a bowl 1 cup of all-purpose flour or maida, 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Sift the cocoa powder because it has lumps in it. Measure out 1 teaspoon baking powder and half teaspoon baking soda. Add them to the bowl along with the dry ingredients. Also add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt and slightly mix it. Now to this we will add half cup of powdered sugar and mix it really well. This is a 1 bowl vegan cake recipe and this is much more dense and moist, so it's perfect for cupcakes. Now we will add the wet ingredients: 1/4 cup of flavorless oil, 3/4 cup of hot water, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. If you do not have vinegar, use lemon juice. Give it a good mix. Add some more hot water if you need to adjust the consistency, and whisk to get a smooth ribbon-like consistency batter, something which will look heavenly just like this. And I hope you're drooling seeing this. Now scoop the batter into your muffin tray lined with some cupcake liners. Both the cupcake liners and the muffin tray will be linked in the description box below in case you want to buy it. If you do not want to use this, use a 6-inch round cake tin or any other cake tin that you have. Once all the cavities are filled, bake them in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for around 15 minutes or more if needed, because every oven is different. Okay, so I'm back from the kitchen and now I thought of putting a poll for the filling. I have two options: salted caramel filling, which literally goes so well with chocolate cupcakes, or no filling at all. So I'm going to put a poll right now and again wait for 15-20 minutes or till our cupcakes are baking. So our story is up: no filling or salted caramel, and again we're going to wait. Once the muffins are baked, insert a toothpick in the center. If it comes out clean, the muffins are ready. Keep them aside to cool. The cupcakes are done baking and the house smells so good right now. It's just chocolate heaven. I have kept them to cool completely, and now let's check the result for the filling. It's 67% of salted caramel and 33% of no filling. So we will go with salted caramel and let's get started by making it, and then we will allow it to cool completely. For the caramel, add half cup of granulated sugar, 3 tablespoons of water. Keep it on the lowest flame possible and let it caramelize. Make sure to stir it in between and make sure that the sugar does not crystallize on the edges of the pan. Once it is in a golden amber color, something like this, add 1/4 cup cream, 1 teaspoon butter, half teaspoon salt and 1 teaspoon vanilla essence. I forgot to switch on the camera. Now pour it into a bowl and let it cool completely. This is the consistency of the caramel sauce. I am done with making the salted caramel filling. Things you need to keep in mind when you are making caramel: please do not walk away at any point of time while you are making caramel. Second, keep all your ingredients ready, because as soon as it changes into a golden color, you need to add everything. And even if you get late by a second, even it will burn. And you need to have all your ingredients at room temperature, including your cream and your butter. So I'm going to allow it to cool completely and then put this in the fridge. But now I'm going to put a poll for the frosting. So I have two options: either whipped chocolate ganache, dark chocolate ganache, or chocolate whipped cream. I really hope it's ganache because I do not have whipped cream at home. I'm taking this risk, and if it comes as whipped cream, I'll have to rush to the market to buy it, which I don't want to. So the story is up: chocolate whipped cream or chocolate ganache. And I'm going to again wait for the for 15 minutes, the same drill, and then we will get on to making our frosting. For the frosting, take a bowl and add 150 grams of chopped dark chocolate. I use Morde dark chocolate. It will be linked in the description box below. Half cup of hot cream. Just heat the cream on low flame until it simmers, and add half teaspoon butter. Submerge the chocolate and butter into the hot cream and let it sit for a few seconds. Then mix until it is completely melted. If it still has lumps, you can use a double boiler or microwave to melt it completely. Now keep it aside to cool at room temperature and then put it in the fridge. Make slits onto your cooled cupcakes and then fill them using some caramel sauce. I used a piping bag here. You can use an injector or any kind of plastic bag, or even a spoon if you are comfortable with it. Now whip your ganache to stiff peaks. Make sure you keep this in the fridge for good 1 hour. Fill it in a piping bag. I used a closed star nozzle and then pipe as shown in the video. You can make any design of your choice or decorate according to your own choice. If you even do not have piping bags, you can just simply spoon the frosting onto your cupcakes. This is the second design you can do on your cupcakes, which is much more easier than the swirl. I made all the cupcakes and then put them in the freezer for like 8 to 10 minutes so that the frosting becomes a bit sturdy. Okay, so now it's time to post a poll for the decoration. I have two options again: nuts or Cadbury shorts. So I've I'm gonna put the poll right now. The winner is 65% to Cadbury Shorts. I'm happy. Actually, I had both the things, so we are going to complete the cupcakes and taste them, how they really taste like. Once the cupcakes are out, I drizzled them with caramel sauce again. Decorate them as you like. It's completely up to you. I wanted to drizzle it with caramel sauce that people know it is a caramel chocolate cupcake. Similarly, do it with all the cupcakes. And then I am putting 1 Cadbury Shorts on top of each cupcake like so. And your cupcake is ready. It's so moist, so soft, and very, very decadent. Okay, so finally, after a lot of hard work, our cupcake is ready, which is all over the place, but it looks really good. And I want to try it now. Smells pretty good also. Here goes nothing. Oh yes, this turned out so good. Even though it has caramel, even though it has chocolate base and a lot of things, it is not very sweet. It is very, very tasty. Also, it is not on a dark or bitter side, so you need to try this recipe out. All the things that I've used, the baking equipments in this video, will be linked in the description box below. So in case you want to buy any of that, you can click the link in the description box below. And if you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe.
Like, oh shit, I've been doing this a long time, lost in